Welcome to Undercity Chaos. I am your host, as always, M.T.R, also known as Matt the Ratt, and in front of me, to the right of him,
Billy,
and our special guest,
Mario, but you can call me 20th Century Man, my Twitter handle.
Dude,
free plug for me.
He's a 21st century digital boy. All right, you guys. Today on Undercity Chaos, in the mind of the comic comedy, we're talking about Walking Dead Episode 2. Not only that, we're talking about this week's new comics. Apparently, there's going to be a Season 2 of Mortal Kombat Legacy. If you don't know what that is, we're going to dip into it a little bit. Sin City 2, A Dame to Kill. A little bit of an update on that. Iron Man 3, new character poster was added. X-Men Days of Future Past. We got a new role revealed. Maybe, maybe not. And then finally, what I've been waiting to talk about, Batman Death in the Family review. I'm really excited over that because, I mean, that's just... I was reading it. I was enjoying it. I thought it was going to be badass. And then the ending came, and we'll talk about that emotion when we get into it. Just a wee little bit later. But we're going to talk about right now The Walking Dead. So what'd you guys think of it? Who watched what? Did everybody watch the episode?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I did,
Yes.
yeah.
All right, what'd you guys think?
I thought it was great. I caught it last week, and I think like everybody else, I was a little underwhelmed. But then you got to remember, you're kind of in the middle of a regular season. Yeah. So it's kind of like the part where there'd be a little bit of a doldrum. But I thought they came back strong with this episode, especially that last...
Well, the ending was...
Way stronger than what it was before.
Oh, yeah.
That last 10 minutes.
Pretty good. Especially, like, with Axel. Because, like, he's in the middle of talking, and next you know, boom, bullet to the head.
Yeah, dude, all right, so if you're reading the comic book, something similar happens. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, yes, it happened. But at the same time, I was like, no, fuck, why did it happen?
Yeah.
Excuse my language. The one time I'm going to drop an F-bomb today. If I drop another one, well, guess what? I did it by accident, so don't judge me, okay? But yeah, I was truly surprised that it happened, man. I didn't want it to happen at all.
Yeah, everybody else was so shady, the rest of the prisoners. He seemed like the one...
He didn't deserve to die.
Until a couple weeks ago when he was throwing off the creeper vibe with the little sister.
Yeah.
But,
I just wanted him to get laid at least. I was like, yes, dude, he's going to crack it off with the girl that supposedly had kids with the man, but might be batting for the other team. I was like, come on. Give her a good one, man. Just one good, nice little... whatever you guys want to do in the barbershop chair, like in the comic books, just get one out, man. He's been in prison. He deserves it, man. Well, he deserves one last all right.
Well, you gotta think this, like, in the comic books, they mentioned that those guys were stuck in that little cafeteria for a while, and they had, their little moments in there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because they got it on themselves. Those guys that were trapped in the cafeteria.
I just read up to, I'm about just past... I don't want to give any spoilers, but I won't say who, but they've left the prison.
Okay.
And I'm just past that, but I don't remember them alluding to that, but it could just because I read it.
So
I mean, you have to assume.
If we're talking book-wise, you're at book 8?
I think I'm at book 9.
So that's where I'm at.
Okay.
So we've both experienced the same things.
Yeah.
And honestly, I still believe that the comic book is better, but I did like that this episode justified what was going on in the first one, because I was like, this is stupid. Like, at first I was limp as hell, and then I was like, in this one, at least I got a chubby, okay? So I was like, yes, it's going to be better.
Well, it was
so it did pick me up. I'm really glad. Billy, what, did you watch it at all?
I absolutely, most definitely watched it.
All right, good.
And I mean, at first I was kind of hectic. I was like, well, last week kind of just left me wanting more. Like, I didn't feel like really anything happened. I felt like the status quo almost pretty much stayed the same.
Really?
Yeah, I felt all the like developments were so minor. I mean, I didn't feel excited. I wasn't really pulled back into this week, but I'm glad I watched this week because when I saw this week, I was really just into it. It was one of those, like, you're really glued to the screen.
Yeah.
You're seeing everything. I don't read the comics. Shame on me. I know. But so I'm getting all of it from the TV show, and...
You talk to my fiance, and I'll be able to give you those comics, dude. But can you do me a favor and get that thing closer to your mouth? Yeah, just that. Open up a little bit wider, though, please.
Oh man, I was
He's moving a mic.
Oh, is that what we call it these days?
moving the mic.
I'm gonna have to tell my fiance to move the mic.
Then it just opens up at the end.
Oh yeah.
And
So
it
the
felt like
guys in the cafeteria. Hey, move that mic closer.
Move that mic closer, man.
yeah, but I felt bad for Axel.
I did. I didn't want it to happen.
It was
You
him.
kind of got into his character a bit, you know?
He,
I like-
he really seemed like he wanted to help out and
Yeah.
be a part of what was going on, like what they were going to create.
But
Everybody else died part of the group. He's like, I don't have a choice now. They're gonna kill me if I don't
Well,
have.
you know what? And at the risk of sounding totally racist, which I'm not, the reason I never saw it coming was because he wasn't black. Every other black actor on that show, they kill off T-Dog, they bring in the other prisoner, then he dies, and then they find, here comes Ceres finally.
I'm just glad that they finally brought the Mexican.
Well, yeah.
I was like, yes, dude, Martinez.
You know what? He didn't even speak English.
Well, no, what about the Mexicans on the bridge saying the rosary with
Oh, dude.
with Daryl.
That's all I was talking about. They're like, no sé qué
Yeah.
está hablando.
I was like,
Jacob said it. He said, every time we're helpless. Every time there's a Mexican on the show, they suck.
yeah, why do we suck?
Yeah.
We're the one that know how to, like, sharpen our machete, use the chainsaw, use every saw possible in the
We're
world,
basically using
and we're the
everything.
ones that don't make it in
You
the
know what?
apocalypse.
That lady had
An
the
army of gardeners, and we can't beat the
I
zombie.
know, seriously.
that lady had a baby. She was trying to pray the zombie away or something.
Yeah, the zombies coming at her and
Pneumonia,
stuff like
pneumonia.
that.
Yeah, she's like, yeah. I don't know. We're a cowardly and superstitious lot.
Only because that's all we do is like we believe in God, the Father Almighty, the Maker of heaven and earth. Get that sucker to die without me looking at it, please.
Or
Yeah.
feed him the baby and run away.
Just do the sign of the cross over the baby. Eat it.
Yeah.
It's holy now. It'll go to heaven. Don't worry. I blessed it with my mind.
I do have a question. We brought this up earlier. Spoiler. What happened to the driver of the van?
Oh, of the zombie bomb. Remember?
You know what I noticed about it?
Yeah.
It was a blonde.
It was a girl.
Yeah,
it was a girl
I,
blonde.
I thought it was going to be Amy.
I thought it was going to be
Amy
Andrea.
Or Andrea?
Andrea.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Andrea.
I'm
My
confusing
mic
the
is slipping now.
I hope that does not happen to your fiance, sir.
dude. I've never called her the wrong name. Okay.
I've had that happen once to me, and that is something you have to pay for.
All right. I'll admit this. I've called her mom by accident.
Whoa.
What?
And then I've called my mom babe by accident.
Really?
When, though? This is the timing. Timing is what's important.
You know, that usually doesn't bother me if a girl calls me daddy. Like, the only times it'll bother
find
me is
that
if
weird.
I find out that she had dad issues or something.
Yeah.
I find
I
If she
like
was
you.
molested or beat, and she calls me daddy, I'm like, whoa.
I refer-
Why are we talking about this
I
right
know,
now?
I
yeah.
refer to myself as daddy just to be a jerk, like we were playing Monopoly a little while ago.
Yeah.
Hey,
Give daddy the money. Yeah, that's right.
Give daddy the money.
As far as the episode, though, great. I love where we left off. I mean, the only thing I kind of had to complain about was, like, nobody really shot anybody besides Axel. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I look at
No, the one guy on the tower dies.
That's
Yeah,
a lot bigger
okay,
scene
but I
in the
think
comic,
about-
too. There's a lot. There's that.
Oh, dude, they're not afraid to like kill anybody
what's
off
his
in the
name?
comic.
What's his name?
Yeah.
Rick, right? Like, Rick's like, he's been on the force for how long? He has like,
And he's never shot anybody, and now he's just doing work on all the
Yeah.
zombies.
he was just like missing this guy was not even taking cover, and he was just
Everyone,
missing.
no, everyone's a good shot on that show.
yeah.
Everyone is. Like, no one misses. Carl.
Carl's dude. I like Carl. I like him better in the comics, but I like him in this too. Like he grew some cojones.
Oh, yeah.
He's not having some little girl like kiss him on the cheek like in the comic books
Yeah,
and
that's right.
whatnot.
That's right.
Well, I figured that wasn't going to happen when they killed her off. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I was
fa-
shocked at that.
It's fascinating because you can watch you can watch the show. And you don't necessarily have to read the comic. They're two different animals.
Yeah, they're
they
totally
kind of
two
follow
different
each-
stories now.
Every once in a
Yeah.
while, they'll kind of intertwine and overlap. But
Yeah.
aside from that, it's almost two different.
You see little bits and pieces from the comics onto
Right.
the show, but
Yeah.
it's not major.
I wasn't. I'm always surprised by some stuff that happens in the show, even though I've read
Yeah.
that far into the comic.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right, you guys. I want to get into a quick story about apparently what happened to me at the store. I'm banned from using the restroom.
He's
Here?
still on this.
Yes, I'm banned from using the restroom.
It's fantastic. I was just back there.
I've never been
Apparently,
allowed to go
I
once.
did work and I did damage.
Major.
Which I'm kind of happy because I believe that every poster back there is where it belongs. All the Marvel posters are right next to the toilet. Yes!
Whoa.
Score one for me!
I like Marvel.
He never goes a day without saying something about Marvel.
Yeah,
like,
I
you
can't.
always have to.
We,
do that.
we were just talking about this earlier. We were saying that we feel like DC has the corner on villains, but
Well,
aside from Batman, I think
Marvel has the heroes.
the more
I could,
interesting
Marvel
heroes.
I could agree
has
to
the
that to a certain
superheroes.
degree, but I also, like I've already established, I like the darkness that DC has. Like, Swamp Thing is amazing. Green Lantern's okay. Like, Imaginary, whatever.
I like Sinestro as a character a lot.
Yeah.
He's a cool.
Wait, isn't he kind of good but kind of bad?
He's
Now
kind of like
he
an
is.
anti-hero. He's
Now
like,
he is.
He always
First
wants,
he was kind of dark.
he wants to do the right thing. He just doesn't think the Green Lantern Corps is the right place to do it. Like,
So he's kind of like a Batman of the Green Lantern
imagine like
Corps.
the Red Hood
Yeah.
of the Green Lantern. He's like, I want to do right my own way, and your rules get in my way.
Yeah.
Well, actually, yeah, because actually now the Guardians are actually becoming the ones that are like the bad guys.
Really?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Guardians, like everyone's questioning the Guardians now because they're getting rid of the Green Lantern Corps.
I want to talk about me being banned from the restroom still.
You still want to get on that?
I was pissed! When I got to take a Dookie Howser, I should be allowed to. And I did courtesy flushes, man. I'm just saying.
It obviously wasn't good.
Yeah, I
like,
know.
strong
It
enough.
was,
Sometimes when you take the Browns to the Super Bowl, you need home field advantage.
Yeah. I agree with you on that. You actually talked to me per this recording, and you said that that Batman is like a B-rated hero?
No.
You described that something Captain America said during the Civil War about different levels of being a
Oh,
hero.
no. It wasn't B level. It was street level. That there are different levels, not necessarily like tiers, but like a guy like Luke Cage or Daredevil, they're handling like scumbags on the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always felt like Batman was more. I identified with him more as a street level guy. I didn't feel he. Anytime you watch like Justice League or you read Justice League, I didn't feel comfortable with him going out in like outer space or fighting like aliens. And stuff
Yeah.
like that. I always felt like he was at home at Gotham City. Gotham City has enough trouble. You don't need to go. To
Yeah,
another
that's the one
planet.
thing. That's the one thing I agree to is that people are like, "Well, Batman only protects Gotham," and it's like, dude, Gotham needs more than
needs-
Batman
right?
at this point.
Yeah.
Like, Gotham's cancer at its best, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it is doing work. So to even have all is Red Robin technically part of Gotham?
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
he's more
comes.
the
He
Teen
comes
Titans.
in.
Yeah.
Okay, well then, let's say this: Robin, Nightwing, and Batman, and
Batgirl.
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 What about Batwoman? What about Batwing?
No,
Batwing.
Africa.
No.
Africa.
Okay.
Africa.
So at least those 5, and they're still having a hard time, man. Like, give him a break. He can't go anywhere.
I think at one
else.
point Huntress was helping out, but I don't know what her story is in the
She
reboot.
kind of fades in and out.
Yeah,
I
she-
thought Batman and Huntress were getting it on for a quick second.
No, that's his daughter, man.
See, and that's what I realized later.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, "Who's Huntress?" I was like, "He probably did her. That's why she's on the Batman team." Like, dang, well, he found out who I was in the suit, so he might as well be part of the team. But yeah, somebody explained it to me later on. All right, you guys, we're gonna get into this week's new comics. Renee, go ahead and take it away.
Well, from Dark Horse, we got BPRD, and then
What did you just call me? No, I'm joking.
Baltimore, the Widow and the Tank, Black Beetle, really. Conan the Barbarian.
There's a Black Beetle.
I'm looking for that right now.
Yeah. Dark Horse presents Mind Management number 13, and from DC Comics, Action Comics, Batman Beyond Unlimited, Batwoman, Birds of Prey, Catwoman, DC Universe presents, and then Fables, Green Lantern Corps, Green Lantern New Guardians, Hellblazer, Justice Society, The Liberty Files, Justice League of America, and Justice League of America 5, Legion of Superheroes, Nightwing, Red Hood and the Outlaws, Supergirl, Sword of Sorcery, Wonder Woman, Young Justice, and from Image, Happy, It Girl and the Atomics, Rival, Saga, Spawn, Thief of Thieves, and from Marvel, Alpha, Big Time, Avengers, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Daredevil, Dark Avengers, Deadpool, awesome by the way, Disney's Pixar's Cars magazine,
Yes.
Hawkeye, Indestructible Hulk, Marvel's Thor adaptation number 2, Morbius the Living Vampire, Nova, Savage Wolverine, Superior Spider-Man, Thor, God of Thunder, Ultimate Comics, The Ultimates, Wolverine Max, and X Factor.
All right, now that we're finally through that. Sorry, dude, I had to play the Jeopardy song while I was saying it just because everybody was quiet. It was awkward. All right, what's our next topic?
Well, our next topic would have to be
Anybody? Bueller?
about Sin City, isn't it?
Sin City 2, A Dame to Kill.
for.
All right,
It's like
who's actually read that Sin City book? Nobody? It's okay, neither have I. I don't think I have. I've been given a Sin City book, but I never know what I'm reading.
Yeah.
Because they're like, here you go, and I'm like, well, what part
To
of
me-
the movie is this?
I do relate Sin City to Frank Miller as a marker. Like, I look at Sin City, I'm like, all right, here, we go back, and it's amazing. But from here on forward, I wouldn't read his stuff.
Yeah.
Really?
Like, literally,
You're
that
saying
is-
Sin City's the marker right there?
Like, that was like, Sin City was like the last great thing he did. Yeah, that was the last great thing he did,
Well,
but
Yeah. No, because also for movies, too. I mean, Sin City was a good movie.
yeah.
And then when you see all of his other adaptation movies, like The Spirit, like,
Ugh.
and then...
Don't even talk about
I mean,
that.
like, 300 was good, but I mean,
But that thing,
to
that's
me,
'cause
it was too much slow motion. Zack Snyder
300,
was like...
yeah. It was Zack Snyder did that,
Yeah.
right? See, that's why I like that. Like, The Spirit is basically Will Eisner's work.
Yeah.
And, like, Frank Miller was like, oh, I'm going to direct it. But, it's always, and I don't know if it's like, what's his name? John Woo has, like, the white dove thing.
Yeah.
And, like, Frank Miller has this thing with, like, swastikas as ninja stars.
Yeah.
Like, I see that everywhere. Like, always somebody, and not even white people. Sometimes it's, like, Asian people or black people have, like, swastika ninja stars. Like, why are these things everywhere?
Like, why do they have them?
So they're saying that Sin City's actually going to hit theaters October 4th.
Oh, yeah, it's
Next
this
year?
Yes.
This year?
It's a weird time. So
Yeah.
they didn't think it was going to be big enough to be in the summertime. Maybe they didn't think enough people would see it, or enough because it's been a long time.
What's what they did
Since
with,
the
well,
original.
that's what they did with
Robert
G.I. Joe.
Rodriguez is kind of sketch, though. Like, he likes to release his stuff at a specific time where he could benefit it the most.
Yeah.
It's maybe a slow time in the theater.
Because
Yeah, well, if you kind of think about it, too, like, I would want to watch it during October. That time of season, it's like almost warm, but it's almost cold. It's kind of, everything's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
dying.
you
Yeah,
have
it's,
to
it's
really-
also
you-
a dark movie, too. So that
Yeah.
kinda fits
you have to
it,
realize what
know?
else is around there. Because, I mean, I think, like, Amazing Spider-Man, I love the movie. I just don't think it was so great that it was sandwiched between, like, Avengers and Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
You
it
think
was
they
so
released
much-
it at a wrong time?
Same
Well,
thing.
I think it was for hype and hype and hype. You're like, comic book movie. Oh my gosh, comic book movie.
I think that
And
one
then
could have
didn't
done
work.
better.
Yeah.
Away from that. Same thing with, like, the Dread movie. I thought it was great, but I thought there was too
Oh,
many other good
dude,
movies.
did you see
Yeah.
I
Dread?
did not see
Oh,
Dread.
Dread was. I liked Dread.
Just
I love
rewatched
Dread was
Spider-Man.
bloody.
Yeah.
It was
Dread-
bloody.
It was bloody. It was great.
It's
But the thing
hard.
is, like, it was
It's
released.
going on my
but-
list.
Dude,
Redbox.
It was
Dude,
next,
it's good.
It
It
was
was
next
worth
to all
it.
these other great movies where I was like, you know what? If these movies weren't there, and like this could at least hog a little bit more spotlight, it really would have done a lot better.
It's lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that I was drinking before I went to go see Dread, and by the time I got there, I had a headache, and I still enjoyed that movie. So that
Oh,
says
See it
a
in 3D?
lot.
Did you see it in 3D?
I did see it in 3D.
Yes,
wow.
and that was the way to see this movie. Like I never really defend 3D, but that was the way to see it.
Well, I mean, I get a headache from 3D, but like, I think the only movie I saw and was like a bad decision to do was to see Green Lantern in 3D.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like, it was just all around just like bad. It was too flashy, and then like the story itself was bad.
Yeah.
So Robert Rodriguez actually tweeted some photos over the weekend, so you'll be able to see that, at
Oh,
least
yeah.
one or two of them, if you're really excited over it. I am. I mean,
It's a good movie.
yeah, it's well, but that's the thing though. It's a sequel,
No, but it's,
so
like, the most
kind of
anticipated
sketch.
sequel that people have been kind of talking about.
Really,
People are like,
people have been. I know
Yeah,
that
they're
See
much.
that with Machete Kills?
I liked Machete.
Me too.
No, it's not
That's the one.
Machete. It's Machete.
Machete.
I don't
You
know
gotta say
why
like
you
Danny
have to
Trejo.
say it that Machete.
Well, you gotta say it like, like Danny Trejo. Machete. You gotta say it like that.
I can't. It's like when I go to a drive-thru, I have to say tacos. I can't say, give me 2 tacos.
Oh yeah, people
Give
get
him
mad
two
at me.
tacos.
I'll be like quesadillas, and they'll be like, "Why are you saying it like that?" I'm saying it proper, okay? Like, why are you getting mad at
right
me?
way.
Yeah. Can I have a chalupa? No, you may not.
Sometimes you have to cave in, or you sound like an idiot. Where'd you go? Oh, we went to Los Feliz. No, it's Los Feliz, dude.
Yeah, it's like I went to Felipe's in Hollywood. I was like, it's Felipe, and they're like, no, it's not. I was like, it's PPE at the end. Is that not Felipe? And they're like, Everybody just looked at me and like, just shut up and eat your damn sandwich, man. I don't even care.
As soon as you mention it, my eyes roll back into my skull.
It's not a sandwich, it's a torta.
It's a torta.
Torta.
It's a torta.
Hey, I heard you like tortas, Eurotorta. There was a word I heard yesterday. Somebody said, they're like, hey, stop being a sissy lala. I was like, damn, I haven't heard that in forever.
Seriously.
You remember sissy lala? I think we should bring back the sissy lala.
I lived in West Whittier.
That's where I live.
I'm on the east side now, baby. We don't talk
We don't talk like that. We're all hood over there, man.
Oh, I live right like a block away from West Whittier. Like,
Oh, so you know how it
Where do you
is.
live?
I live like Whittier, Norwalk.
Oh, I used to live off Norwalk and Slauson.
Oh, you guys should
I
get
know where that's
married.
at.
You guys have so much in common.
He's DC on Marvel.
There's no connection.
All right.
Oh man.
All right, you guys. They are going to do season 2 of Mortal Kombat Legacy, which is a web series.
Oh, I saw the first one.
That was great. I
It,
saw the trailer as soon as you told me about that.
Yeah, dude. It seems very interesting. They actually establish the history of like who's Scorpion, whatever Scorpion's clan, and Sub-Zero's
Yeah.
clan, and they're hitting everybody's
There
background.
was,
So
Yeah.
I think I remember this. It's Shirai Ryu was Scorpion's clan, and then Sub-Zero's was the Lin Kuei.
that's awesome that he remembers that because I would never remember that.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Mortal Kombat?
I did. Raiden Wings.
Who was your favorite character?
Raiden.
Raiden?
Just so I can hear him say, Raiden Wings.
You know
God.
what? There was this one game. I don't know if you heard this game called Unreal Championship.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tournament, right?
yeah.
Okay, at one point the company went down under, and Midway saved them to keep the game going.
Uh-huh.
And as a way of saying, you know what, we saved this game. Raiden was like a secret character,
There you
and
go.
I remember like so stoked. I was like, Raiden's gonna be in this.
Raiden always reminds me of the guys from Big Trouble in Little China, which I don't think any of you have seen.
I've seen that
I'm an
movie.
old man,
I've seen
but
that.
I defend that movie to my
We
dying
still
day.
love you, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Look
we,
at this. I'm Reed Richards right now. Look at these.
we got to do
sideburns.
something with the senile people
That's
of this
right, man.
world.
Let them listen to comic book
But you know what?
story.
I think Mortal Kombat, especially at our age, that's like when we were kids and we were just so
Oh, I played
happy.
Mortal
Like,
Kombat.
I remember
every
like
day.
first time I went to Circuit City, back when Circuit City was a big thing.
Back when Circuit City existed, dude.
Yeah.
That's what you're really saying.
And they had like the little like demo console, and they had Mortal Kombat 2, and that was just like
Yeah.
an explosion of characters.
I hated Mortal Kombat because I could never get past the third person. First person, okay. Second person, kind of challenging. Third person, impossible.
Yeah.
It reminded me of a freaking arcade game, which technically it was, but I was like, I can never beat them.
You guys are younger than me. I used to play that thing with quarters.
Yeah.
There was a huge controversy when that game came out because it was so violent. You could rip people's spinal cords out.
There was
Yeah.
chicks with side boob and whatnot that had 8 arms
Gotta
or
love me
6.
some
That was
side
like,
boob.
yeah.
Right?
Because if you had the Super Nintendo, like the first Mortal Kombat game had no blood. You had to wait for the sequel.
Yeah.
You had to have the Genesis if you wanted to see some blood.
Oh, dude, Genesis.
Blood.
But that thing had like 3 buttons. You couldn't really do things.
Yeah, and that was the thing I remember too. I was like, "Hey, BB, hey, BB," and just like push. Like I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was just like, if I hit
pressing
everything
buttons.
fast enough, it's gonna be really cool, you guys.
Yeah.
But what was before that?
Well, maybe like Street Fighter.
Yeah, are you good? Are you good? And I was like,
You know
yes,
what-
just keep
You
doing
know what
it.
you should do? Because everybody remembers Street Fighter 2, and I was like, whatever happened to Street Fighter 1? Look that thing up. It is just not that great.
Is it? It's trash. Did it have who is the green guy again?
Oh,
Blanca?
Blanca. I
Blanca?
remember you like when you got like touched, you could do like the little electric hair, and you like curled up, and you could do it. I don't know how the hell he did that. I just want to establish. I was like, why does this guy have that power? It made no sense.
Yeah, you know what?
He's green. He has
like
orange hair.
Godzilla. He had like Godzilla power.
Is that what it was?
Maybe
Just
it
because he was
like a
green?
nod to Godzilla.
Because you really have to imagine it.
Atomic power.
That's awesome.
Because back in those days, you
You could do stuff that didn't make sense.
the case
like
was
acid?
like cardboard, and you just throw everything away, and like,
Japan is a magical land.
you know what I thought about? I thought about it like, because it shows you the country they're from, and I was like, man, this Brazil place must be so magical.
Right? I'll look up Street Fighter. They're on what? Super Street Fighter 4. That was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It was a.
I'll agree. No one.
No, it was-
All right. sure.
It was Street Fighter satisfying.
DC versus Mortal Kombat.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it was that great. That wasn't that good.
DC.
But I
But
do
you
want to
could
play
if you want.
Injustice.
Injustice.
Injustice is
That
going to
looks
be
pretty cool,
bad.
That's-
I think it's going to be sick.
You know,
Well,
I'm
I just-
surprised that comic is getting really awesome reviews.
Injustice?
Oh, the comic?
Yeah, because that's one of those digital comics that I really never got into because I bought a couple, but I don't even know how to read them, and I felt like I just wasted money.
What do you mean you don't know how to read them? You're like, I think I have to go in this order. Like it's
I'm
1,
like,
2,
the
3,
thing is,
4.
like, how do I even access this? You know, like,
Uh.
like, oh, there's this app for your phone, and it's like not working.
There's an app for that.
Yeah.
There's an app for everything. If you don't know, we're recording through an app right now, you guys.
Yeah, but Mortal Kombat.
I know. Just let's give a round of applause for the app.
Yeah, Mortal
All right,
Kombat,
enough.
though. I love that stuff. I saw the trailer. There's no more like origin stories. It's more like
It's getting set. This is in stone right here.
And they brought back Shang Tsung.
They did.
They brought back that Shang Tsung from the original movie.
So yeah, I thought that was cool. I was like, this is gonna be hard. You know, he was the guy. He was in Dodgeball, which I watched a couple of weeks ago. Do you remember?
He was?
Yeah, it's the guy from Mortal Kombat, the first Mortal Kombat. He returns in this one, and he's also in Dodgeball. Remember, he's the guy freaking at the very end. At the very middle of it, he gets shot in the neck for transporting. Gosh, you guys ever seen
Wasn't that
Dodgeball?
Balls of
I mean, not
Fury?
Dodge. Why am I saying Dodgeball?
It's Balls of Fury.
Yeah, Balls of Fury.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Everybody just hate on me now, please. Yeah, that was my
the
bad.
Ping pong movie. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ping pong, or as the Chinese say, ping pong. I was like, why is this
Ping
movie?
pong.
Why is this movie so funny? I love it.
It's so weird to see those characters in other places. I saw Liu Kang in another movie. I saw him in was it Death Race?
It's
with
like
Jason
seeing a
Statham?
dog
Yeah.
walk on its hind legs, dude. You're like, how the hell does that happen?
But you're so typecasted them. When I saw him in Death Race, I was like, what is he doing? He's like an Asian gangster, like on that,
Yeah,
all
dude.
thug and like in his like.
It's like
car.
Leonardo DiCaprio from Titanic to The Departed. You're like, what the hell happened? How did he's badass
But
now?
in
I like it.
He went from pretty boy to badass.
You know what? Yeah, because I became a fan of Leo right after that. I was like, yeah, I love what he's doing now. No more Romeo and Juliet. No more.
Hey, I liked Romeo and Juliet, okay? And the same director of... Shut up. The same director that did Romeo and Juliet and Moulin Rouge is doing The Great Gatsby.
Okay,
Well, that makes sense.
that does make sense.
I
And-
think Leo.
Leonardo
I'm
DiCaprio.
gonna call him Leo just to be a hipster dick. Oops.
That's his
Everyone
one
else
swear he
I
gets.
think, no, my name could be Richard. Richard the hipster. But I think, isn't Leo in that too?
Leo Richard DiCaprio.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But is he going to be in
The Great Gatsby. He
Yeah,
is the
he's-
Gatsby.
He is. He is
He
the
is
Gatsby.
Gatsby.
Somebody else is in it, and they're singing, right? It's a musical.
Yes,
Is
it
it
is.
Tobey Maguire in that
Yes,
too?
it's either Tobey Maguire or that other guy that looks like Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
You see him from Spider-Man into like...
Spider-Man.
Yes,
into
it's him.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really good. I saw the commercial for it. Don't judge me. It was Valentine's Day, okay? We went to go... No, it wasn't even Valentine's Day. I was just treating my fiance. We went to go see... it's some movie that Nicholas Sparks did.
Oh, Jesus.
It was like Save Something. Oh, gosh. Sue knows it. What is it?
What is it?
Save me a barf bag because this movie
What
sucks.
is it? Safe Haven.
Haven. Oh.
Do not go see that movie. I kid you not. It was pretty good up until the end, and then he threw some twist in it, and I was like, "This is stupid."
How sad.
Can I spoil it? Does
Go
anybody
ahead.
mind?
I
All right.
don't
So
think I can see it.
basically,
Spoiler alert.
basically, this chick supposedly murders her husband, but it's not really murder. He just works for the police, and he's psycho, and he puts out this thing saying that she did murder someone so he could get her back. And then she moves. She goes this other place, falls in love with this guy. This annoying neighbor keeps coming around her, and then the husband comes back, tries to kill her. Of course, they kill the husband or something happens like that. And then you find out at the end that the guy that she falls in love with, his wife died due to cancer, and it's her ghost. That's the next door neighbor.
What?
Where was Ashley Judd?
I was like, what? And I just
Judd
right
and
when that
Josh
happened,
Duhamel.
right when that happened, I just looked at my fiance. I was like, this is officially stupid. It was pretty good up until that
The
point.
words Nicholas Sparks.
Hey, dude, I like the
You know
the
Batman is a
Notebook.
detective.
The Notebook was okay, but the one after that, where the chick goes into the
You saw
coma,
Notebook?
of course, everybody saw Notebook.
I did not see The
Is
Notebook.
my all-time favorite go-to movie reference for a horrible bad movie.
Oh, but I guarantee the Notebook got you laid.
My wife has never seen it.
Oh, dude.
dude.
Hey, you want to go ahead and have at it? Put on the Notebook.
My wife will not watch it. God bless her.
That's why
But
he
my
buried
wife is
her.
awesome.
I will rather open up a can of beans and watch a replay of some Super Bowl on
Do you know
YouTube.
why my wife is awesome?
I
Because
don't
I
care.
bought Die Hard on Bluray.
And she wanted to watch it with
No,
you?
she said, where is Die Hard 3? 'Cause
Yes! Yeah, that was awesome.
Skip 2. Just watch 3.
Yeah.
Go right to Samuel Jackson.
All right, you guys, what's our next topic?
I believe.
Was it the Days of Future Past one?
Yeah.
It is.
New
So,
X-Men movie.
who's going to be in the new X-Men movie? Does anybody watch a little show? I don't know if anybody knows it, called Game of Thrones.
I think it's like an independent show or something.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know. There's like a midget in it.
I'm not getting
and
the
then,
joke
like,
because I
and
actually
he's
don't
gonna-
know it.
Well known,
Yeah,
I
and
guess.
he's going to be in X-Men?
I don't know if they're being sarcastic or not. I don't know
Oh,
the show.
I'm being
Dude,
completely
come on.
serious. Supposedly.
I wish I knew this joke.
His name is Peter... I don't want to say...
Dinklage.
Yeah, I was going to
Just
say...
say he's the short dude from Game
I don't
of
want-
Thrones.
that-
Everyone
that's-
The
knows it.
station agent.
Peter Dinklage. He's also in Death at a Funeral.
And Elf.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is in it. I forgot about that.
Oh, Elf.
Yeah.
He must be a South Pole.
Yeah, dude, he just like he straight up. I just thought it was funny that he jumps on the table. That's the only way he can
goes-
charge you.
Freaking, he goes to town on Will Ferrell. He's
Yeah,
like, boom,
dude.
boom.
And Will Ferrell's fat. You think he'd be able to use his weight, dude? But no, not
Yeah,
at all.
but
But
House Flab.
yeah, he supposedly is gonna be in it. He's gonna be. Let's see. Will fill the role of scientist. Bolivar Trask.
Yeah, and if some of you don't know who that is, that's the guy that actually creates the Sentinels. And you don't know what the Sentinels are. They're actually like the big giant robots that go after mutants.
Oh, if you were a fan of the first cartoon, yeah, those
I
are
mean,
those are
yeah.
big characters.
This is
Yeah.
going to sound horrible, but you know who Dinklage would be perfect for? Think about his face and the way it looks.
Okay.
MODOK.
He was saying that yesterday. He was saying that yesterday.
Dude, I did say it. I was like, dude, he's tiny. He could be in his little like mobilized sky wheelchair to be awesome.
MODOK, yes.
I think they have to go into that, dude. That's the only way, dude.
Yeah.
I am going to hell for saying that.
He's gonna listen. He's like, those bastards are right.
Bastards. It's on the internet.
But you know, hey, dude, Sue's laughing over there. You're lucky you're not drinking anything, or you, my friend, would be choking.
Almost died on a Frito, everyone.
But no, I agree. I completely agree with you. I think it'd be great. I don't think, and you know, you'd chuckle a little bit, but I believe he could really pull it off.
He could pull it off MODOK.
Like,
yeah.
At least 90 to 95%. I have that much faith in him.
Dude, I'm
a
so
little
behind you.
5% just
I'm
because.
mad.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, just stick him in a little banana costume. You don't really have to do makeup on him.
I know.
yeah, put a rocket in his ass and it'll be good to go. You have no clue what we're talking about, do you, Billy?
You don't know who MODOK is?
I know MODOK is.
Okay.
I've only seen him once. What was it that Marvel vs. Capcom 3? And then I went on to the whole Combine
It's a
and
really dumb
Wikipedia.
character, yeah. But I'll tell you what about, if you haven't seen Game of Thrones, this is the one endorsement I can give
Which
you.
I haven't.
The greatest thing about that show is, and wait, there's kids that listen to this, right?
I don't know.
There is.
I don't want to
There's kids.
I can't tell you
What he does in Game of Thrones
No,
and the
I
things
was
he
gonna say,
says? Wow.
There's a ringing endorsement I can give it. If you're 18 or over and you're a male, it's a good show to watch because
I think that's
Yeah.
like.
That's all you
90%
need
of
to
the
know.
people
Okay,
that
so there's
listen to
great
this.
female casting.
that's you never have to wonder what they look like because you'll know. in an
Exactly.
episode or two.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I feel about every CW show. Like every time, like Smallville, the New Arrow was like, does every
Just
city
show
these
me
heroes
more.
live in? Is everyone a supermodel? It's just like, oh yeah,
Where's the ugly girl in it? And even the ugly girl's hot.
yeah. You're like, you look at the attorneys, they're all hot. You're like, oh, they go to the police station. Every police officer,
And they're all young. They're
Yeah.
all young
I
for
was like,
whatever reason.
and we're like,
And like the only ugly people are the super villains sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, or like the weirder villains, like
Yeah.
the creepier ones.
So it's
They have to
basically
be
like
ugly.
Whittier, but just on.
Everything's prettier and
Yeah, I
weirder.
guess so.
Girls are prettier.
Yeah, I actually just found out that slogan not too long ago. I was like, is this really true?
Oh,
But I
yeah.
remember my friends used to always tell me that, hey, dude, she's from Whittier. I was like, what does that mean?
Look at me. Just look over there. To your left, buddy.
All right, you guys, just a little heads up. Remember, this isn't the only podcast that Rat House Production gives to you guys. We also have Flick Dicks, loving and hating movies, as well as everything in between. That's about movies. That's on Saturday night at 8 o'clock. Then on Sunday at 8 o'clock, we have The Regrets, the Regretful Guide on Music and Bands. That's based on music, bands you want to hear about, bands that want to get their name out there. You hit us up, or always hit us up for this. You want to come on the show, you want to talk about something, you're pissed about something, you love something, you hit us up at RATTHAUSPRODUCTIONS 2013 @gmail.com. If you can't remember that, well, this is on YouTube. You can rewind it. Stop complaining.
Yeah, if you have click away.
Yeah, dude.
You can literally go back right now.
And then you could also go to Rat House Production on Facebook, and you like us on there. Definitely subscribe to us on YouTube, because it's the only way you could listen to us. But always go into our Facebook. I mean, I posted something today. It was a cat dressed up as the Joker, and it said, do you want to know how I got these scars? And underneath it, it was Grumpy Cat as Batman, and it said, no. I was like, yeah, that's what Batman would really say. You never wouldn't say anything, you'd just kick your ass.
No.
That's it. But definitely check out those shows as well, you guys. If you love movies, you check that out. It's called Flick Dicks. It's made for a little bit more of a mature audience. You want to hear people talk crap about something, you go on that one. You want to hear about good tunes, good music, doesn't matter, hip-hop, techno. We're actually going to be covering this week the history of raving. What it became, I have no idea. Because back in the day, it was a completely different thing. We definitely have special guests. If you have a band and you want to be on it, you hit me up at rathouseproduction2013 @gmail.com. You come on. You want to do an acoustic show? We'll get you on there. You want to do a live show? Get some money for it? We'll get you on there too. Whatever it is, you hit us up. We'll help you out. But back into what we were talking about.
Oh, man. You know what? I have to say this. Sorry to cut you off.
You're gay. It's okay.
Yeah.
That was number 2.
That's the second one.
But that saved me time. I know this is the only reason I got a Twitter, because you can totally look up, your favorite movie directors, or what is it, like actors, and they always give you those sneak peeks of things they're doing. They just
you win tickets too, really a lot on that.
Yeah.
They just tweeted a picture for Days of Future Past where they had both wheelchairs like side to side, like the past one and the future one.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Like it was like not like at the set. It was just like you could see the people in the background working on computers, but they're like, the director was like, "Here you go. This is like the past savior and the future savior."
Yeah.
So it was really cool.
So this is the sequel to the one per this, correct?
to
Sequel to First Class.
First Class.
First Class. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify that. Because they don't say like 1, 2, or 3 or anything like that.
No,
but
yeah, the original trilogy.
Yeah, because Patrick Stewart and, and Ian McKinley have signed on to do the second one. So I'm like, yes, we get to see Pass, Magneto, and Professor X, and Future.
So apparently, I need to correct myself. Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill has supposedly not confirmed for the new Star Wars. Supposedly they had. I got news that they were. Then I was corrected later on, and supposedly only one person has been casted for that.
Is that Harrison?
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford, yeah.
Well, he's coming back. You know the other two. Come on.
Yeah.
They got to ride that gravy train. What else are they going to do?
Mark Hamill retired the Joker.
There's no more Batman animated series, dude. And, well,
Don't remind me.
Carrie Fisher, I guess. Oh, yeah, right. Carrie Fisher, I guess, makes a lot of money doctoring scripts. That's what she does.
Well, yeah, she was on Fanboys.
But boy,
I love you.
I'll tell you what, man. Jedi came out when I was in '83. I was 12. That was the right age to see her in a tinfoil bikini.
Yes.
You're like, yes.
But how do I look better than her now? That was tragic.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, she'll get like, you remember The Simpsons, where like the Simpson movie when they're running out of like supplies, and who's the anchorman?
Oh God, what's his name?
It's not Troy, is it? No.
Yeah, Troy Aikman.
No,
is it? No.
Troy
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, I said the wrong thing.
Dallas Cowboys, UCLA.
It's
oh God, I can't think of his name.
Not Troy McClure. That was
He's based
it's
on
not
Jerry
Troy
Dunphy. This is
Kent Brockman.
Kent Brockman. All right. So remember, he's like, we're running out of supplies, and then like he's like, I'm Botox, and his face falls back, and he gets the clip, he pulls his skin back, and does it. That's what Carrie Fisher could do. She'll just lose a lot of weight. They'll just staple her in the back, staple all that excess skin together, and be like, you're good to go. You're as hot as we're gonna make you now. Get out there and make Star Wars. You're gonna be good.
She's had a rough life. transformation.
Yeah.
Dude,
But
so did Mark Hamill. He got in a car accident between the filming of 4 and 5, which is why his face
We just talked about this on
got
my
dimpled it.
podcast. That's right.
Well, go ahead. I'll let you talk. You
it's not
better.
set up. When it's ready, I'll come back and plug it, and you can be on it.
I was gonna say, well, you better help me out because you're.
Set up the table right next here. And we're just gonna
We're just gonna go at war.
podcast off.
Jerk.
That would be awesome. Like you have to.
People can listen to it spontaneously at the same time.
Both to get both sides of the conversation.
Hey, how dare-
Otherwise, you only hear half.
How dare you take my idea and have another podcast here?
Seriously.
And how dare you for allowing it?
Sue knows. I asked her a while back to be on my podcast. How long ago did I ask you, Sue? Yeah. But it's it's a totally different kind of...
But you're actually doing
What?
something
Yeah.
about
What's?
it.
I want to hear about your podcast. Go ahead, get into it.
We do exactly the same thing you do. It's just what I just did is I just got
It's just
funny
older
someone-
people, not to
It's
be
just
mean.
older people. That's right. It's guys in our 40s with nothing better to do, and we're like, I hate my life. What can I do? And I
Talk crap on it.
We can't afford. We're having our midlife crisis, but we can't afford a sports car. So what do? You podcast.
You podcast.
Oh, you know what
That's
you
true.
could do? And I've noticed this when I'm playing with my band. Okay, we're always all ones out.
Do you put
OC
your
Punk
guys'
Rock. OC Punk Rock, where it's always like 40-year-old men.
You know what's awesome? There's a comedian.
They're always rocking out. We're like the only young people there.
There's a comedian, Todd Glass, and he has this great joke. He says, when I was 50, things were like, hey, kid, get off my lawn. It was like this old man. Now you tell a guy, hey, how old are you? I'm 50. Come check out my band. So it's the same thing.
You know who
Come check
does
out
that?
the podcast.
My mailman does that.
See, there you go.
Does he?
He's just like, hey, Billy, like, when are you playing? Can I go check you out? I was like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
of
I've had
course.
that too. I've had that a lot.
Yeah.
But whatever, dude, I don't
When I
mind.
was a kid, though, old men
They're
were
paying
old
for it?
men. Like, old men aren't
Good
like
money.
that anymore.
I have to break it to him
Thank
that I
God.
just dropped my band.
You're like,
And I'm so surprised that all these old people bring their kids like, oh, what's your band name? Oh, Child Abduction. Oh, my kids really love you. I was like, you're not a good parent.
All right, real quick, give me. No, I was gonna get into it, but never mind. We still got more stuff. I don't even know how long we've been recording for, but we have Iron Man 3.
Oh, that's right. You got one.
Oh, yeah, there was
Iron Man 3. There was a
leak or
poster.
something.
It is for Aldrich Killani?
Yeah.
Why does everybody have such messed up... Stop hiring people out of the States, okay, people? We need more money in America. Hire me. I'll act for you any day. And I'll do it for 20 grand.
I'm sorry, what's your last name?
Oh, crap. You don't worry about that, okay? All right, if everybody needs to know, my last name is Bogarin, spelled Bogarin.
You don't have to. They knew it off the bat, right?
Dude, my last name's Bravo. So
Yeah, but you're lucky, dude. I imagine Johnny Bravo when you say
that's
that,
what
dude.
everyone tells me.
You've got your own network. When
Freaking
something's
everyone
good,
tells me
people
that I
yell
should
your
name my
name.
kid. Name my
Dude.
son John.
Dude, you could get laid by any chick that's like 24 and older. They're like, I remember Johnny Bravo. Come on over here, man. You're like, yes,
Name
finally.
your kid Bravo.
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 What is this, Duran?
Or you name him Charlie,
Charlie.
because that's phonetic
Ah,
alphabet.
Okay.
Charlie Bravo
Charlie
means
Bravo.
CB,
Oh,
which means
So, was this a leak?
blank block.
Was it a
I'm
leak?
trying to start with a C.
All right, so Guy Pearce.
I love Guy Pearce.
Me too.
Guy Pearce as the geneticist. Aldrich Kill. I can't even say
No
it.
one's gonna remember his name.
Kill
He's just the guy that creates the extremists.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's just that guy.
Yeah, he's just that
Wait,
guy.
can you say okay exactly the way you said it right now?
Okay.
It was like, okay.
I was like,
Like, hey, rewind that and just laugh at it for like 5 minutes, you guys. Just keep on doing it. Because I had noticed that. I was like, what the hell? Did he say okay? It didn't sound like that at all. But yeah, apparently he's going to be in Iron Man 3. What direction they're going to go? I guess you're going to know more than me because I don't follow Iron Man.
Yeah,
They do. You did say that
the extremists, which is actually it's like a
it's a virus.
it's a virus that they created, and was it one guy has it in him, but he overdoses on it, so he goes crazy.
I'm glad you explained this.
And
I'm not crazy. I'm being institutionalized. I don't know why they sing high pitch when they do that too. But yeah, go on.
yeah, and he goes on a rampage, just destroying people, and Iron Man goes up against him, and he basically gets him to the point where he's almost dead.
Wow.
And
Why do we have the Iron Patriot?
I don't even know. The Iron Patriots, basically, in the comic books, was Norman Osborn.
I hope Captain America comes in and be like, "You look like a douchebag," and then walks away, man.
It's like,
He just looks at him. What the hell are you
that's not
talking
original.
about? Right?
That's not original.
Like, look who's talking, jackass. Speaking of Avengers, we actually have it on TV right
I
now.
know.
I can't watch Scarlett Johansson's on. You guys talk.
Dude, really? You think she's hot?
In the movies, you know, I was just telling Sue this. I thought she was great in Lost in Translation. Thought she was lovely, understated. Every movie ever since, Sue hit it right on the head. She's trying to.
You know what?
I could agree.
love her, but she's the one
basically
reason I wish
Aquaman.
I was the Green Lantern Ryan Reynolds, man. Like,
See, that's
That's
why
the
when
only
I,
reason why.
that's when I tuned out on Scarlett Jo. If you have to go to Canada to get your love, forget it.
you know,
Pack your bags and head north.
remember when she had the leaked pictures? Those are supposedly being sent to Ryan Reynolds.
How can you date a guy?
Everyone
who
has
takes
leaked
Hey,
was a
bags?
we can't talk about any of that because some kid at like 10 is gonna be like, "What pictures? Google, easy access."
He was
like,
a
"Where'd
Green
you get those
Lantern.
pictures
Obviously,
from? I looked
if
at
I
my
was
Undercity.
a hot girl, I'd fall for Green Lantern Ryan Reynolds.
I don't know if I'd fall for Ryan Reynolds.
He has a magical ring. Like, I'd be like, man, I want a pony. Well, here's a pony. It's kind of green, but here's a pony.
It's kind of green. I'm not sure if you like green, but here you go.
All right, you know what? Let's go into a power round. What actor would you go gay for?
Oh, easy.
All right, you already got it. You go ahead
I
and
was
you.
born in '71. Harrison Ford gets it. Dude, every kid my age will say the same thing. Indiana Jones and Han Solo.
All right.
And Dak.
I get a lot of flack for this one. With Ben Affleck.
Really?
Ben
What
Affleck.
era Ben Affleck? Are we talking like? Are we talking like?
Are we talking Mallrats Ben Affleck, or we're talking about
Yeah,
Argo?
We're
Mallrats.
talking like the town Ben Affleck.
The town Ben.
There you go.
Affleck. Yeah.
Hey,
Actually, you guys are probably gonna laugh at me, but like to me, because like you would probably be like a cool guy to just to hang out with is Jason Segel.
Jason Segel.
Segel.
Yeah.
Tall guy, maybe tip
You know, I said I
He's
would.
a good cuddler.
I said I would fight this guy on flick dicks, but you know what? I might just have to bat with him. I'll go for Vin Diesel, dude. I'll let him take a nice
Vin
ram into
Diesel.
me.
Wasn't he the first
Then
guy
I'll
to,
finally be the victim.
I was like, wasn't he like the first guy to die in Saving Private Ryan?
That's right.
Yeah.
Of
course, the dark guy would die,
right?
Oh yeah, aside from like the thousands on the beach.
All right, you guys. Thank you for the quick power round. We're officially out of it. All right, we still have one more thing that I really, really want to talk about.
You know what? There's
The most
something else
anticipated thing ever.
I just saw that was leaked, and I will add to it later on.
All right, let's talk about Batman: Death in the Family. When I first started getting into this, I actually started with when I first started collecting comic books. I was insulted by this guy because he was like, "Yeah, man, you know, like he was talking about Spider-Man." And I've told you this story. I was like, "Spider-Man's a wussy," you know, and
Yeah, I'm sorry.
and then he was like, "Well, who do you like?" And I was like, "Well, I like Batman." And then he was like, "Yeah, well, what about this and that and this?" And he started saying all these things about Batman, and I didn't know what he was talking about. So I was like, "Dude, I need to get out there. I need to collect the comic books so I can come back and school this guy." So I started off with Gotham Central. Wasn't the greatest story, at least in my eyes. It was really great because that opened me up to Batman and collecting comic books. But then the New 52 came out like a month or two later. I started collecting from there. Then I went back to school this guy, and he was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And it was because I didn't know. He only knew the animated series. So I was far surpassed him. I was like, "Yeah, buddy. Yeah, who's king now? Yeah." But, you know, I started collecting, and it started off with Night of the Owls.
Yeah.
Beautiful story,
Dude,
man.
good
It was
Just
amazing.
read that. It was
Original.
amazing.
It was.
Did you read both books?
I read them, and I actually got. I got I got Court of the Owls 1 and 2. Actually, what I did is I just went back. Sorry, Sue. I bought them digitally for my Kindle. So I read 1 through 12. I got it was awesome.
Yeah.
How dare you?
It was awesome. And I'm reading Night of the Owls right now.
All right, we won't kill Night of the Owls for you.
Okay. Yeah.
if you want, you can walk away
It
for
was
Death
a
in the
major
Family. Right
crossover.
now.
No,
over
I'm all caught up.
All right.
All right, here we go.
I'm a little. I got
interesting
got a
part,
little
if
chubby
you-
now, dude.
It's
Calm
weird,
down.
but if you follow a All-Star Western, it somehow ties into like that.
Oh yeah, I like it. All Star Western is old Gotham with Jonah Hex.
Yeah. And like,
Hard,
was it
man.
So you get to
Ark-
see like the mythology
Yeah.
of that.
one of Arkan's like descendants too, or is all I mean is ancestors.
Yeah.
That was in like the opening page. I'm like, why is this here? And then so that's what it is. You just
Slowly but surely, it introduced it.
Yeah.
All right, so reading Night of the Owls, it just changed me. I actually started off reading the Batman Dark Knight, and I didn't like it. Batman
it was all right.
Detective, Batman, Red Hood and the Outlaws, Nightwing, Batman and Robin, and then I started collecting other ones. But it was actually Detective Comics that introduced the story of the Joker, and the Joker basically got his face cut off by the doll maker. And the
Okay.
creator was like, hey, dude, I can't do anything with this. Like, here, if you want, run with this. So he decided to run with it, and he created Death in the Family. Billy told us later on that the thought behind Death in the Family was that he was seeing his kids play, and he was basically like, what would happen if I didn't have my kids anymore, if I could continue on without them, like, or if I could just redo it over. And he got the idea of basically this, that made Batman almost question his own family. A lot of people got a lot of different things out of that ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved the ending.
I think it has to be reread 2 or 3 times.
It does.
You really will not get it all the first
Are
time.
we giving spoilers or no?
You go ahead, dude.
Yeah.
I gave him a
It's-
week. I
it's
gave him
been-
1
yeah,
week to
it's
read
been
it,
a
dude.
I thought the
So-
best thing was that when it said Death of the Family, it's literally the Joker's able to drive a wedge, and the biggest thing that keeps them all together is trust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So at the very end, it's Alfred comes in. You think everybody's face is supposedly cut off.
Oh
Yeah.
And then
I
it's
saw that,
yes,
dude.
and
was
it,
like,
I was
oh my
it was
God.
so intense, man. And then they're laughing. Nothing happens to their faces. No worries. They get the Joker gas. Batman runs out of there, and they're like, "Don't worry, like we could handle ourselves." And as they're laughing, and they're laughing, and they're laughing, and they're saying, all you hear, and I'm surprised, one person that said, "Ha ha ha ha, no 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 no, ha 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 ha," was Damian Wayne. I believe he was either the first, if
Yeah, I
not
think
this.
so.
He was the first one to
Him
say
or
it.
Alfred, I think.
No, Alfred said, "Ha ha ha ha, family, family,
Oh,
family,
that's
family."
right. That's right.
Yeah.
So Joker may have put the wedge in, but the family pushed the wedge back out.
Yeah.
And if not, that this makes me believe that the Bat family is even stronger than ever.
See, I feel at the end when nobody wanted to meet with him, I feel like that trust had been betrayed. I feel like
Yeah.
that's why nobody wanted to. Remember, even Damian was like, "I'm going to be training," and he was in the dojo, but he was just sitting there.
Like, everybody was like, I got to get my A game together.
I felt like, see, I think if that's what you took away, I took it the opposite. I took that they were so mad at him not telling him about the Joker possibly infiltrating and knowing who they were, which is like their biggest secret and leaves them the most vulnerable. I thought that because Bruce Wayne is the father figure to all of them.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even Barbara, who has her own father, like
Yeah.
like he's another.
He's still looked up to
He's still
highly.
looked up to, and I feel like the Joker won, but you took a different tack than I did. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I took away that.
I took it as everyone, like, the reason I think I took it the way I did was because Dick Grayson calls, either Batman calls him up or vice versa.
I think Grayson calls him.
Yeah.
I can't remember now.
No. Yeah, and then Bruce Wayne goes, "Hey, you know what?" And right off the bat, he's like, "You don't even have to. It's okay."
I have to reread it.
Yeah.
I got to reread it. It was such a great.
Yeah,
It was really good though.
But people were pissed because nobody died.
But they did, though. I mean, they really did. I think
Yeah.
that the whole plan. I think people literally thought that there was going to be somebody dying.
So someone
Well, there was-
physically dying.
Oh, the way I'll put it is that nobody I cared about died. Like
It was-
somebody
Yeah, no.
died. People would die in
Sure.
the tie-ins, but
I thought Alfred was going to die.
It was
Yeah.
a spiritual death.
Yeah.
It was like,
Scott Snyder said himself, like, if you were betting on the wrong horse, I'm pretty sure you might have been disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you need, but I think that's the great thing about that title. You didn't need to kill anybody, and it was still effective. It was still
Yeah, but-
the Joker like at his best.
I haven't read anything else other than Batman, so little do I know in Red Hood and anything else.
Well,
you might be 110% right that he drove a wedge in the middle of them. To me, it was everybody becoming an adult. saying like, we know we work together, but we know in the long run, the only one that can help me is me.
Yeah, that could be true. Yeah.
That's true.
Well, I mean,
I think we're going to have to really see how it goes from here going forward.
Yeah, because I hear Nightwing somehow goes on his own path. Like he tries not to go too much to Batman. He's basically trying to get things done on his own.
So is it really a death of the family, or did Joker make things stronger?
I think the thing is, like, you don't know what he told them.
I think that depends on how you interpret it. Yeah.
You know what I did? I did hear that that the writer for Nightwing, which I believe is Kyle Higgins.
Yes.
Yeah.
He kind of wants to go off on his own.
Yeah.
And so then you might be right in this sense, because Nightwing has finally got what he's always wanted from Batman, and that's basically like his approval.
Yeah.
And he got it. So now Nightwing can finally go be Nightwing.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be in the shadow of the Bat. Which
No, he doesn't.
who wants to
I mean,
be?
did you read
No,
the
that's
tie-ins?
For
Nightwing?
I read Nightwing. I read Red Hood.
Because, I mean,
I had to buy.
Suicide Squad?
I did not read
Okay,
Suicide
It
that's
was
Squad.
fine.
terrible. You're fine without it.
that one, Catwoman, I think, was the worst one.
No, there was no need. It was so useless.
I actually
Yeah.
had to buy. It kind of made me mad, but whatever. I had to buy Red Hood and the Outlaws. I bought 16, and it started talking about what was going on, and then it said, "Hey, you have to buy
Teen Titans.
16 Teen Titans to know what happened to Red Hood." And I was like, "You bastards!" So that was the
That's
one
what
thing I was a
DC
little upset
does.
about.
Like, you have
But
to
it was
get
okay.
other
I was like,
issues.
"All right, if it's one
Could've
issue."
read just the Batman
You know what,
story, and you would have been fine.
If you wanted the Red Hood story, you needed Red Hood 16 and Teen Titans 17. The other two were about, like,
Arsenal,
Arsenal,
and-
Starfire, and the other Teen Titans.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I noticed with Nightwing as well, because I'm reading Nightwing. Nightwing, you have to read like Batman to get what
To time together. Well, that's
Yeah.
because Kyle Higgins and Scott Snyder they're kind of working with each other.
Yeah.
Even Kyle Higgins continuously hits up Scott Snyder and goes, "When am I going to get my punch back?" And Scott Snyder's like, "You're never going to get your punch. If you don't know what I'm talking
Oh,
about,
yeah,
read Nightwing, read Batman. It has to do with Court of the Owls,
Yeah.
and you'll know exactly what I'm talking
And,
about."
like, but the thing is, like, I'm thinking about Nightwing going his own way, but didn't he, like, a lot of that circus was massacred.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
it
gonna.
was.
I hope they establish how he's gonna clean it up and where he goes. Wasn't Nightwing in Bloodhaven for a very long time?
Yeah, he was. That was his base of operations for a while. He was like a cop there, too, right?
Yeah, he was something.
Yeah, I think he was
don't
like a
know
cop.
what. Did like Bruce Wayne, like, "Hey, he's a good guy. Don't worry about it."
But how do you say...
I like your Bruce Wayne.
Thank you. I'm trying to do
Kevin
what-
Conroy.
Yes, a
Didn't
Kevin
he just
Conroy.
he just got dumped, right?
He's still the best Batman.
Who, Kevin Conroy?
No,
Do you want
Bruce
me to
Wayne.
stop talking like this?
Yes.
All right, I'll stop.
No,
I
keep
think,
going.
I think Bruce
Kevin
Wayne just
Conroy
got
is
dumped.
awesome.
What do you mean he got dumped?
He had a girlfriend.
And what were you reading?
Dark Knight. He had an Eastern...
I told you I dropped Dark Knight.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, I'm sorry. He had a Ukrainian concert pianist.
Yeah.
Was his girlfriend.
What did you say about my junk? No, I'm joking, dude. So he had a. Who cares? Batman always gets dumped, dude. He can never have a girl. The only person he could be with is Catwoman
You know who he's married to? The
himself.
citizens of Gotham City.
No, wait.
And he gives it to him. He gives it to each girl at least once a month, and because of that, she bleeds for a week.
Okay, I think I can. I can think
Oh
of
yeah,
something else.
just went there. Just went there.
What is his
Go to
woman?
bed, little kids.
Wait, I think I can name him. His first girlfriend was probably Julie Madison.
You're about to go into a territory I
Stacy.
don't care for.
No, Chandra
He
Kinsolving.
still does it. Go
Vicky
on, go on.
Vale.
No, he said.
He really was with Vicky Vale?
Yeah, he was. He was with Vicky
I'm
Vale.
a Marvel guy. You're looking at me. I just started reading comics again.
Silver
like
Cloud was
6 months ago.
How dare you?
I think Silver Cloud's the one I know least about.
Thank my daughter.
Wait. You're chewing gum while being on a
For that. Oh,
podcast.
God, no.
You-
I'm aware
like
that-
everybody could see that you're pointing at Renee.
I'm aware
Everybody, the silence. Everybody's like, "He's pointing at Renee." I could tell. Like, what is that?
Put that in
Yeah,
there
back off
at
the mic.
points every
I
day.
get close.
Goes in deep, and then he goes back, and then he goes in deep.
You talked to me earlier saying that we should keep this clean.
Hey,
Little kids listening.
nobody knows what going deep. I could have said
You know what?
going something
You could
else.
actually keep things surprisingly clean. Like, you ever played that game Grabbed by the Ghoulies? it was like a PG game because all the jokes were so hidden.
What about
Unless you're an adult,
what about
you wouldn't-
Banjo-Kazooie?
Yeah.
Where the bee wanted to be with the flower,
I think
and the
that's
flower
Conker.
was
That's Conker's.
packing. Was it?
Yeah, it was Conker.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I
BRB,
remember in the-
bad for
That
the-
was rated
bad
mature.
for the-
mature.
Flower had
Was it?
arthritis.
Yeah, that's
No, the flower was ready to be pollinated, and let's just say the flower was well equipped,
Yeah.
and the male bee
The flower
wanted to
had
pollinate.
utility
Yeah, and that's exactly what we mean.
Yes,
Comic. You have to keep it comic related.
Yeah.
that
Okay,
is
let me
comic
think about
related.
this. So we were talking about Death of the Family.
So you
right?
want to keep it comic related? All right.
Wait.
Alan Moore's Swamp Thing. The chick
Great
eats
thing.
the fruit, and what happens in that comic? Bow, chicka, wow, wow, now, wow, 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 wow.
You know, we
Yeah,
should-
I
we
just
should-
went to like 70s, like
70s.
adult.
we could have I think we could talk about what was it, comic book relations, right? I think
All right.
there was an argument in like Mallrats about like
There's a really good one with Kevin Smith in The Widening Gyre, but you have to read Cacophony before you get into that. There is a love in it, and it ends beautifully. That's all I got to say about that. You check that one out. If you don't believe me, well, screw you. Read it.
So it was a Silver Cloud, right? She's one of the older
Yes.
characters. Yeah. Oh,
Dee Dee, why does everybody keep calling you Dee Dee?
jeez.
There's
yeah.
a reason
once I heard that,
why.
once I heard the reason he calls me Dee Dee, Alfred, and he's like, oh no, my son.
my poor boy. I'm
My
so
poor Wayne.
blinded by the light. Yeah.
If only Aquaman knew. Aquaman was like, the dolphins say they call you Dee Dee.
Yeah, so who's Dee Dee? And there's a woman screaming a lot for some odd reason. Who you killing on there? And he's like, oh, don't go back into the ocean, Aquaman. Leave me alone. Aquaman's asking all these questions because apparently Aquaman knows nothing of the human life. Like,
He's half human.
yeah, but does Aquaman ever hook up with anybody
Yeah, Mara?
other than is she a dolphin,
No, she's like
Ariel?
a mermaid?
Mara. She looks,
Ariel?
you know what? I'm not
Now
even.
that Disney.
Okay.
Law-
Still can't happen. Yeah.
I don't know if he was being sarcastic or not, but Mara, his wife, is a redheaded mermaid.
Whoa.
And she's a bombshell.
They're all.
Does she have
bombshells.
forks and she combs her hair?
I've never
Well,
seen an ugly woman.
You know what?
Nobody got that reference, really? Come
Yeah.
on!
Okay, also, I don't want to be
Ever hook up with
stereotypical,
Ursula?
but I went,
There's
when,
an
I,
ugly octopus in it.
when I picked up on Aquaman, I learned he was half human, half mermaid. I was like, who would bang? Like, what kind of human would look at a mermaid and be like, yes, this is it? And
The ones
you know,
in Pirates of the Caribbean.
You know what? I'm not trying to stereotype, but I was not surprised that his dad was from Boston.
From
All
Charlestown.
right. All right, real quick, since we haven't done this, we need to give a special thanks to SOOO and Mike for letting us have Undercity Chaos. And we are officially on episode 3. I think we need to get SOOO on down here and have her have a couple words. How about you come on over here, SOOO? Get off that computer.
So I'm going to give up my seat for you. And you know I love the song.
No, we'll have
Yes.
Oh, okay, well, I'm not giving up.
All right, how you doing today?
I'm great.
All right, scoot in a little bit closer. You need to get on that sound. There you go. You get to
Does
go.
that sound okay?
Yeah, you're clean.
Whoa. That was really.
Finally, a woman's voice on the show. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, there's been 3 girls on the show. They're so lucky. I'm happy.
I'm not going to do a podcast with Sue after I saw that little.
What?
Just the way you're like, hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, hello. How you guys doing? So, you, how long have you been running the comic book store now?
Almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are still kicking strong. And
Still here.
you told me, I believe it was yesterday, that you not only have the store, but you have a digital shop as well.
Well, I have it on. I have listings on eBay as well.
Okay, so if you're out of state and you're listening to this, you could still order comics from here and get all your stuff. Where would they just go on eBay?
Just do a store search, Undercity Comics.
And
You'll
then-
find my store.
and then good to go. It has
Yep.
like the eBay account and
They'll
everything.
have everything in there.
Look at that. She just shuts me up. This is how simple it is, okay? Get it done. Yeah, what did you think when we always have the same story. I'm not going to say what store I came from.
Mario came from the same store, too.
No, I only went there once, and I didn't know what time
But
it was.
how often
He doesn't
is
know
that,
how to tell time.
Lucky I got here.
how often is that story told?
Your story or the story from that store?
Anything from people coming from that store to here?
I get it at least once or twice a week. New customers coming in telling me.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Now, the way you run the store is basically like if you want your stuff, you come on in, you talk to SOOO. She'll most likely be here, especially on Comic Book Wednesday.
I'm here all day Wednesday.
And she'll hook you up, no matter what. And then from there, once... I know, right? I wish. I'm not even getting paid for this podcast, all right, people?
Hey.
I don't get free comics, nothing. All I get is the joy of talking about comics. But when they start coming in, start becoming a little bit more faithful, you get a little bit more hooked up. And I'm not saying you're getting a discount, but you show your heart and your courage in comics. And when you need to order something, hey, dude, she's got you.
She does.
Basically, if I think you're chill and I like you.
And then if you don't,
You're
you just
in.
make them sit in the front.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're not allowed to go anything past here. So
Like, shut up.
What's the craziest story you've had about the comic book store?
What do you mean?
Well, I remember hearing a story about the back room being blocked off for specific reasons.
Oh, my bathroom.
Why was the bathroom blocked? It wasn't because of me, okay, people? I stunk it up once and I'm banned. But other than that, what happened?
Well, we used to have the bathroom open for customers, especially we have Magic tournaments, Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments here.
And those are on when?
They're on Friday and Saturday. Tuesdays we have Magic tournaments as well at night, but there's usually a free tournament. Not many kids show up.
Okay.
But
Well,
it
now
was
if you want
during-
a free one, you want some practice, you come on in on Tuesday, dude. You're set and good to go. Undercity Comics in Whittier. All right, so go on.
Well, I guess it
Easy.
happened on a Saturday. I was not here. And Victoria, one of my employees, went to the back and freaked out because somebody decided to pee on my floor.
Went pee all over.
Yeah, there was a puddle all over the floor. She freaked out.
Did she clean it?
She grabbed the mop, grabbed the bleach, cleaned it all up.
Did she kick everybody out?
No, she didn't kick everybody out. She just told everybody nobody's allowed back there.
She didn't look for pee. I would have looked for pee stains.
It was towards an end of a tournament. So
You know,
the kids started leaving.
Some kid was in the corner like, dude, I just peed back there and nobody knows it. I'm just going to shut up and get the hell out of here. I lost anyways, and he just walked right out.
Let's just say my bathroom is now closed.
this
Someone
guy-
else also broke my toilet seat.
So this
Don't
guy
look at
didn't
me.
even-
I didn't do it, dude.
I know.
Oh, did this guy even aim for the middle, or?
It was done on purpose, I could tell.
What?
What they broke?
Yeah. It was just a jerk.
I know where they came from.
Yeah.
I
Don't
do
say what's
too.
what
That
you're talking
the
about.
place that's unknown. But is it? There's a lot more work than just ordering comics and just from there for running a comic book store.
Oh,
correct?
a lot.
So, I mean, as hard as it is, would you say this is the best job you've ever had? Yes or no?
I love it. I will.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. This
It's
is
the
why I
best.
keep trying to get her to hire me, but she just won't do it.
I wish I could. I'd hire everybody, but
I like
You had
that.
to buckle down and name a favorite customer. Who would it be?
I'm
it's
close
you,
to-
Mario, of
Thank
course.
you.
How dare you?
I would
She's
like-
I'm recording outside the store now. I'm pissed.
and the pizza place.
I love you too, Matt. So
Yay! I get
and Billy, I don't know you that well, but
But you're coming in.
you're
and
coming in all
yeah.
the time, and
I love you, Billy.
I will
Okay.
say-
I like you.
I make a trip to be here.
If I may, I will say that I just told Sue this today. I started coming in over the summer because my daughter's 8 and she wants to start collecting comics. And within 2 or 3 visits, Sue knew my name. Sue knew my daughter's name. She pretty much nailed down what we were buying. She started, I think the 4th time I was here, she said, "Oh, hi, Mario," and runs to the back and comes back with like comics in her hand.
Same thing with me. Every single time I walk in, and most of the time she knows if I'm gonna buy or not. Like if I haven't come in a while, she'll be like, "All right, like I gotta go to the back and get a stack." But if I come in like and I already got my comics and I come in a second time, she knows and she'll just start talking to me.
And
No problem.
And I'm a pain in the butt because there's a lot of back issues I want or stuff my kid wants.
And it's because he's old and senile. He's like, "I didn't get this one.
It's senile, but her name is Sue Storm. And
You ordered cream of wheat. I ordered oatmeal."
I have the temples of a Reed Richards, and I think it fools her every time. So, but she really does like go out of her way. So, Undercity Comics, I posted on Facebook all the time.
I do too,
tweet about it.
and we always put our
Thank
episodes
you.
on here.
It's the best comic book store in California.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
I'll say it.
I've been to other places, and I kid you not, they're jerks. They don't care for you. You're nobody.
Yeah.
And if you're like, hey, dude, like, where's this comic? It's in this ugly rack with comics blocking other comics. So you really got to soul search.
You know what?
Here,
Yeah.
everything's organized perfectly. You look, you know exactly where the new stuff is.
The
If you
stickers
ever
on it.
need help, they
staff
always
is
help
great.
you
Yeah.
out. If they don't have a
Everybody is
graphic
good.
novel, dude, they'll get it for you.
I will tell you this. I've been to one place. I won't name it. I'll just say it's in Whittier, and I will quote a movie. It is a sin, a real sin, to have these things out here not bagged and boarded.
That's what I've
Oh,
heard.
yes.
And also, no Warhammer here. So
That's probably my favorite thing. But
So you know what place I'm talking
I know
about.
it's-
all right,
it's-
thank you so much, dude. We really appreciate
Aw, thank
your
you.
help. If you guys are a continuous listener, we might actually have something introduced onto the show from Undercity Comics. Do you want to talk about that now, or when it comes out, it comes out?
Give me a week.
All
I'll have
right,
it on the
we're
next
going to
week.
give her a week, and then from there, you know, if it happens, hopefully it does, you comic book listeners are going to love what we have in store for you. Once again, thank you so much for coming on the show. You're going to have to come in more often, all right?
All right, guys. Been
I
fun.
see. She's the best, you guys.
I know, right?
She's the best, and she just stepped on my new Monopoly game. Also, you can buy toys and games here at Undercity.
Oh, yes, you can, because, you know, I actually bought, they have a Carbonite Han Solo ice tray thing, and it's not like a tiny one, it's a giant one, and you can make like a Carbonite Han Solo Jello molding, dude. Or the Millennium Falcon, they have that. They also have a couple of statues in the back, really nice ones. One that I wanted was Deadpool. The Batman one is awesome. Did they sell the Swamp Thing one, or is it still back there?
We still have it. Yeah, it's right there.
They got
It's one of
Swamp Thing.
Buster's right
They
there.
have
Oh man.
they have an Iron Man. When you move in front of it, he like turns on. He's motion censored. They have what nobody can touch. They have a Darth Vader lightsaber.
Yes.
And if you're lucky, if they like you enough, and if they know you enough, you'll be able to see the lightsaber. I've seen it once. I've seen it full-fledged lightsaber too. It was up and high and mighty, and it was awesome. But, you know, come on in, and you could always talk to us, man. If you just want to come here, tell us what you hate, tell us what you love. Doesn't matter.
Oh, man.
Go ahead. We haven't had time, but I want you to talk about your podcast real quick.
Oh, you know, I do a podcast called. Actually, we're not naming. Renee, did you have a question? Your hands up. Okay, I'm not allowed back there, but you go ahead. I wasn't talking or anything. You know, I'm old and I'm distracted.
What's your podcast again?
We're actually calling it for the time being. It's called.
Undercity Chaos.
It's
No, I'm
called
joking.
Undercity Chaos.
How dare you? How dare you?
It's called Undercity Order. And
Is it really?
No.
I was gonna say, like, just straight ripping me off, man.
The mirror. No, we're calling it the Superiority Complex. And right now we're being hosted on Podbean, but I'm about to move it over. That's why I'm not going to give you any info. But if you want to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter handle is at 20th Century Man. So 20th Century Man. And then if you want to follow us there, and then hopefully when it's up, I'll pop on again. And you know, we'll give you guys props too, because we kind of overlap. It's basically a pop culture roundup. Just me and friends of mine that I have.
Just anything and everything.
Anything, movies, books, sports. We
Oh,
talk
that's
about-
awesome.
yeah,
So it's a giant like melting pot
yeah,
for
but
you
we
guys.
throw in comics. I have friends that I know a lot of people who I think are just interesting, just guys I know. I'm not trying to go after any huge names or anything, but it's just like a little half hour to 45-minute roundup of like
That's
what's
awesome.
going on in pop culture.
So you don't get tired of like the hour one that we have?
Man, I listened to the first one you guys had. It was great. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Because you know what? These are the podcasts that I like to listen to where it's just guys talking and it's not people like. I mean, I like to hear things.
We
like
don't have
yours.
anything staged, you guys.
Yeah.
We have our topic, we have our information, and that's it, dude. It's a free for all, and that's what I keep
You guys
saying.
literally set this up while I was at the counter talking to Sue,
Yeah.
and then had called me over to talk.
Yeah,
So
So
that's
I'm
how
not-
I came in.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Billy's trying to break stuff, right? That's how I came in. Break the mic.
By the way,
Yeah.
I saw this picture leaked.
You saw that
it's
picture,
not-
Lee?
I
Dude,
thought
I
it's
swear
not-
no one was supposed to see that, man. It was a drunken night.
What
is it?
Is this the bathroom of Undercity?
Look at that picture. Look at the bottom, how it's spelled.
What? What is this? Okay, you go
What?
ahead, dude. Go. I'll
Okay,
let you have it.
There hasn't been a lot said, but the picture is Damian Wayne. It's the same cover as Batman R.I.P. Only it's just Batman Incorporated, and it says R.I.P. But
And
it
the
has,
R
it has
is
Damian Wayne
Robin's.
on there with the Robin R.
I don't know. I might have to
Kill
kill.
him off?
You know, I wouldn't be surprised.
You know
'cause
what?
I would-
Damian wasn't really my favorite Robin out of all of them.
But
I love it.
Damian, per the 52,
yeah.
a lot of people liked.
I actually liked him before 52. I have this Teen Titans issues where he was where I think Dick Grayson got like just tired of him. He's like, hang out with these guys.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah,
I
pretty
don't
much.
want to babysit anymore.
Oh god, those are some of my favorite Teen Titans issues. So great to see him
Yeah,
there.
so I've heard people that like him. So real quick vote round the table: Jason Todd or Damian Wayne.
Ooh. That's tough because, well, I can't go Grayson.
I know, seriously.
Everybody wants Grayson.
I can't go the girl from
Stephanie
from
Brown.
Dark
Oh,
Knight
yeah.
Returns.
Yeah.
Carrie?
Carrie,
Yeah, I can't go.
Nope.
I would go
Or Drake?
Damian just because. I would go Damian just because, Jason Todd's kind of I don't know. Since he's come
Emo.
back. Yeah, he's very
Yeah,
emo.
he's-
And,
yeah.
look, you're dead, but you're back. Like, you can't be mad about it.
Be happy.
I know.
Yeah,
And
nobody
he's
gets
still
that.
pissed at the world.
Any day
Yeah.
on the top side of the grass is a good day. You
Pretty
know?
much.
Billy,
Just between Jason and
only two.
Oh.
Death isn't an option either.
Okay, I would. If it's just the Robin era, I would go with Jason because I liked his Robin stories. But if I have to talk about Jason now versus Damian now, it's definitely Damian.
All right, Renee.
It's hard because I hate them both with a passion. But
Lesser
if
of
I
two
had to
evils.
choose, I know it's like not. I never liked Jason, and when he died, I was like yes. And then and then when Damian came around, I was like really? It's like Jason Todd over again, But I don't know. I guess if anything, because I'm reading Batman and Robin now. And you have a little perspective on Damian, and you
All
don't
right.
really. So I guess I would have to say Damian.
Here's a dumb question from a guy who hasn't read comics in a long. Since he's a descendant of Ra's al Ghul, is Damian immortal?
No.
Okay,
Well,
you
Ra's al
know
Ghul's
why?
not really
Yeah,
immortal
Ra's al
himself.
Ghul is
He's
not
immortal
immortal.
because of the
Lazarus pit.
Lazarus pit.
yeah.
That's right.
But
So
they
if
have-
you don't know, he goes into the Lazarus pit. It's a whole bunch of chemicals mixed together, and it's basically the fountain of youth that's quote unquote portable.
Yeah.
So he goes in, he comes out, he's temporarily insane, but then once that goes away, he's good to go. He like sheds off like whatever 80, 60 years.
Yeah,
He doesn't go baby status.
No.
And
He's
then
No,
gets-
not.
no, if you like that guy, there's another one called Vandal Savage. He has a different
Oh
system.
yeah.
But he basically what he does, he finds people compatible with him, with his blood type and things like that. And so when his kidney's giving out, he'll just take somebody else's kidney.
Whoa.
And whenever his lungs are giving out, he just switches his lungs. Like he just keeps.
What about when his
replacing
brain's
parts.
giving out?
Wow. Yes, he has.
I found the loophole.
You know what? Let's just say Ra's al Ghul has one up on Vandal Savage.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm glad, because Batman should always have a one-up on everything. You know what? I want you just briefly, tell me something I should read, because nobody's come onto the show and be like, you should read this from Marvel. This is amazing.
Well,
This will
Deadpool
get you
right now.
going.
Deadpool.
Deadpool's the one to be reading right now. It's hilarious. Brian Posehn. Do you know Brian Posehn? He's a stand-up comic. He was on Just Shoot Me. He's been on a bunch of stuff. Deadpool right now is hilarious.
It is.
Alright.
really
It's
He already
funny.
fought the president.
Yeah.
They
Wait,
were
Zombie
Obama?
president- No,
Here's-
zombie
here's-
president.
Lincoln.
okay, so-
There's zombie. I'll give you the first issue. It's not really a spoiler, but issue number 1. There's this guy who fancies himself a necromancer, and he decides he's going to bring back all of the presidents to overthrow America. So they dig up like Truman, and Captain America has to fight zombie Truman.
That's
And
awesome.
ends up decapitating him with a shield. And they're like, we can't have Captain America fighting former presidents.
Yeah.
It looks
Deadpool,
bad.
You're a scumbag.
Oh, you go
after
do
him.
It makes sense if he does it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Read it.
Is there any stories per this I should read?
You know what? Actually,
That'll change my mind about Marvel.
you know what?
There's a lot.
I'm gonna throw a left curve right now. I'm gonna throw you a curveball. Not a left curve. I'm gonna throw you a curveball. Pick up Captain Marvel from number 1, where Miss Marvel takes over the mantle of Captain Marvel.
Okay.
Check it out. It's a really, really good series.
All
I
right.
picked it up for my daughter, and I've read it. It's fantastic. Really good.
All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to close out with that. Remember, you are listening to Undercity Chaos in the mind of the comic. I am your host, M.T.R., also known as Ratt, and as always,
Renee.
Billy.
and our special guest. All right, guys, remember to check out Flick Dick's Loving and Hating Movies, as well as everything in between. That's Saturday nights. We're on episode 3. And then Sunday nights is The Regrets, the Regretful Guide to Music and Bands. This is Rat House production. We're doing it because we can. You guys have a great night.